Hey everybody, Mr. Cameron here with Mr. Bocce from West Maple. We're here to show you a game called Racquet Bocce Ball. Racquet Bocce Ball. And in this game, both players, or if you have 3 or 4 players, every player is going to need some kind of racket. We're using these paddles. You can home make your racket. We've talked about that in class. Be creative, work with what you got. All right? Every player is going to need a sock ball or some kind of ball that is very, very soft. If they're different colors, that would be great, but if they're all the same color, you'll be able to make that work as well. You are going to need one target. Our target's going to be a red cone. This can be anything. It can be a stuffed animal. It can be a cup. It can be anything you have. This is what you're going to be aiming at. And then the last thing you're going to need is one more landmark. That's going to be our starting line. Now your starting line is going to move, so it needs to be something that you can kind of pick up and move around. All right? So how it works is we're going to decide where our first starting line is. And we're going to take turns using an underhand serve, using correct form, and we're going to underhand serve our sock ball, and we're trying to see who can be the closest to the target. Whichever person is closest to the target is going to get a point. Also, the person who is closest to the target gets to decide where the next round is going to take place. So they're going to get to move the starting line or the starting cone to a different place in their house or their yard for round 2. Okay? So, big things we're working on here, hand-eye coordination, underhand serve. So, I'm going to let Mr. Bocce go first. We're going to stay behind the starting cone, and we're both going to take our serve at the target. Not too bad, little deep. Now it's my turn. I have to get closer to the cone than Mr. Bocce.
Good job, Mr. Cameron.
All right, so I got that first point, so I'm up 1-0. We both collect our sock balls, and then I would get to decide where we hit from in round 2. So maybe I move it over here this time. Maybe it's a little bit further away, and I have to go first because I scored that point. Whoops. There we go. All right, underhand serve. See if Mr. Bocce can beat it. Mr. Bocce got that point, so now it's 1-1. We're going to pick up our sock balls, and he's going to decide where we hit from for round 3. Mr. Bocce scored, so he's also going to go first in round 3. Oh, left the door open for me. I was a little bit closer there, even though neither one of our shots were very good. So I would be up 2-1. You can play to whatever score you want to. Make sure you're using good sportsmanship, working on that underhand serve, and have some fun.